Okay, so instead of five favorite things, I wanted to do my five of my favorite books. One is The True Confessions of Charlotte Doyle by Avi. This book that I read as a kid and that I just really cherished, and I kept my copy of it. Memoirs of a Geisha by Arthur Golden. I have read it 1 million times, and it's still amazing. The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. John Green is one of my favorite authors and honestly one of my favorite people. I highly recommend looking him up. But this book is stunning, and it was the first book of his that I really got into, and it sort of opened me up to all of his other work. Um, this one is not so much because of the book itself. I love Jane Eyre, it's a fantastic story. But this is a gothic illustrated Jane Eyre that my best friend got for me, and it's just stunning and it's perfect. It's a perfect illustration for that book. Like, who would have thought? And then lastly, one of my favorites that I keep coming back to is the Penguin Book of First World War Poetry. Seems a little niche, but what I love about it is, first off, World War One poetry is absolutely astounding. Second off, Edward Thomas is one of my favorite poets, and a lot of what he wrote was in the trenches during the First World War. The Owl was one of my favorites, so is Rhodes. We'll read The Owl real quick. Downhill I came, hungry and yet not starved, cold, yet had heat within me that was proof against the north wind, tired, yet so that rest had seemed the sweetest thing under a roof. Then at the inn I had food, fire, and rest, knowing how hungry, cold, and tired was I. All of the night was quite barred out except an owl's cry, a most melancholy cry. Shaken out long and clear upon the hill, no merry note nor cause of merriment, but one telling me plain what I escaped, and others could not that night, as in I went. And salted was my food and my repose, salted and sobered too by the bird's voice, speaking for all who lay under the stars, soldiers and poor, unable to rejoice.